This what happened when I think about you. I get in my feelings, yeah. I start reminiscing, yeah. Next time around, though, I want it to be different, yeah. Waited on a sign, guess it's time for another prayer. Lord, please save her for me. Do me this one favor for me. I had to change my play of ways. You're way too complicated for me. I hope she's waiting for me. Cause everywhere she goes, playing my song. That's why I say the things that I say that way. I know you can't ignore me, but so give me all of you in exchange for me, for me. So give me all of you in exchange for me, for me. So give me all of you in exchange for me, for me. So give me all of you in exchange for me.
What's up, you guys? Okay, I've been slacking on my lacking for the past couple weeks, and one video that I tried to upload, it said it uploaded, but then I checked back and it didn't. So I'm gonna re-upload that, which I don't remember which video it was. I don't remember, but I know that I'm gonna get back to posting videos every Friday, like I said. Also, I want to add a new effect to my video posting, which I'll get into that a little bit later. But I still need to get on my grind with my singing videos and all that other stuff. I just been going through a lot. I still plan on dropping the story time of why I moved to Maryland. I still want to drop that. I'm still editing it, so we'll just see. So how have you guys been? I feel like it's been forever, but now that I'm back, I have a super quick video this time. Well, at least I'm gonna try to make it quick. This story, and I want to just jump right into it because I feel like sometimes I take too long and I don't know if I'm gonna dance or not, so who knows. So anyway, this week I want to tell you guys a story. This is the story about my first date. I was not that type where I was dating at like 13. Like, oh, my mom was like, oh yeah, tell your little friend Tyrone he could come over and blah blah blah.
Hell no.
If Tyrone wanted to come spend some time with me, he had to come to my church and spend time with me. There were only a couple boys that my mom was just like, okay, yeah, they can come over, because they were like boys I had known my whole life, whatever, or she had grown to like them a whole lot. So yeah, but anyway, this particular guy, don't judge me, but I met this dude on Instagram. I feel ashamed just saying that. Freaking Instagram. How do you meet somebody on Instagram and then not even a week later go to the movies with them? Well, that's me. That's what I did. I met this guy on Instagram, and him and I were just talking and whatever. And for safety purposes and for me not wanting to get sued, talked about, or found out, I am going to keep all of these names very, very, very secret. None of the names are, and even if you think you know, trust me, you do not know. So anyway, we're going to call him Zaytoven. Zaytoven had found me on Instagram. He had just moved here from a different state or whatever. And so you know how when you're on Instagram or Twitter or something, and it'll share your location, like you can put your location wherever you're at. So at this time, I was living in Cedar Hill, Texas. So I was like at school or something, and I put Cedar Hill, Texas. So later on that night, I get a DM, and so I was like, okay, don't really know who this could be, because sometimes my family members send me funny pictures, or sometimes it's like a cousin or something, just hitting me up. So I was like, this is probably nobody. So I click it, and it's like somebody had never. No, I lied. Let me back that up. First of all, he left some hard eyes under my picture. I feel like I deleted the picture. So, no, you don't know who it is. So anyway, He left hard eyes in my picture, so I'm lurking on the page. I'm like, okay. So me returning the favor, I'm like, okay, he's kind of cute, whatever. So I leave some back.
Big ass mistake.
That's when he DMs me, and I go and I check, and I was like,
okay, what does he want? Okay, we just liking pictures. I don't want you, whatever.
So I don't really remember the specific words, because this had to have been about, I don't know, 6 or 7 months ago now, so it's been a minute. So anyway, he was just like, hey, what's up? You know, I seen you on Instagram or whatever. I just moved here, whatever. And I'm not going to say where he moved because I feel like everybody's going to know who I'm talking about, whatever. So I was like, okay. So he was like, we get to talking or whatever. And after a while, he was like, I'm just going to give you my number. So he gives me his number. And I'm like, okay. So this particular night, it was a Back to the Future marathon going on. So I was really consumed in that. So I didn't text him right away. But I finally texted him about like 10 o'clock. But I texted him around the time I knew I was about to go to sleep. Because I was like, I'm not really trying to stay up and entertain. And I don't want to say, oh, I'm going to bed. But have like this strong
urge to get on Twitter and Instagram and post.
So I texted him about the time I was getting kind of sleepy or whatever. And so, honestly, the conversation was going a little good, except for I'm really big on, like, spelling. My mans could not spell. Like, sometimes it felt like I was cracking codes trying to talk to him. And it was so annoying. So, anyway, he gets the courage to ask me, so, do you want to get on FaceTime? And I'm like, huh? I'm like literally looking at my phone like, huh? My hair was wrapped up. It was already up and done or whatever. So here I am. I'm taking my hair down and stuff. And so then he calls me and we get to talking. And he was like, your house looks big. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. He said, yeah, so can I get a tour?
Nigga, does this look like MTV Cribs to you?
You called to talk to me, not to get a tour of my house. So he's like, please, gotta get a tour. So I'm walking him all around my house. He's
Like, damn, your house that big, so if I come over, where I'm asleep?
you gonna sleep where everybody else sleep when they come over.
In the guest room, my nigga. In the guest room.
So he's really like pressed. Like he was like,
Why would I sleep in the guest room? If I come to see you, I should sleep in your bed.
Look at all that nope head ass.
so I was like, you know, me, I'm playing him off. I'm like, you know, nah, I ain't into all that, whatever. So he was just like, he was really trying to play it cool, whatever. So then it gets to the point, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call you later, whatever. So he plays a sport. Not gonna say which sport he plays, but he plays a sport. He was asking me, could I come to the game or something, but it was too far. I was like, nah, because they can't come all the way out there. So whatever. So he was like, okay, so how about we go to the movies? So I was like, alright, we can go to the movies. So we planned to go to the movies that weekend, and I want to say we ended up going on a Sunday. It was after church. It was on a Sunday. So I was telling my mom, I was like, yeah, this guy asked me to the movies. She was like, who is he? I was like, well, I just kind of met him myself. I was like, his name is Zaytoven, and you know, he asked me, he said we could go, whatever. So I said, you know, maybe, sure. I was like, get the permission from my mother, and I'm like, okay. So she was like, yeah, you can go. So when the weekend comes around, no, I think we planned to go on a Saturday at first, but the Saturday didn't work out. So I was like, well, we can go tomorrow. And so he was like, okay. So that Sunday comes, and I brought like my clothes after church to like change because I really wasn't going to go to the movies in a dress. But anyway, so we say, so he says, yeah, let's go on Sunday. So I said, okay. And so after church, I changed, and my mom, she was like, you know what, I don't even think I want you to go anymore. So in my mind, I'm pissed, because I was like, I kind of did want to go to the movies. You know, after a while, it was just like, maybe I should go or whatever. So my mom was like, okay, you can go, but under one condition. You have to take your brothers with you. Huh? What? I was like, no, because they are not gonna let me live if they come with me. So she was like, nah, we just gonna have them play it cool. We're gonna have them play it cool. So I'm gonna name my whole family that came, okay? So we got my 2 brothers, my 2 cousins, they were girls, and one of my brothers brought 2 of his girlfriends, not girlfriends, but friends that were girls. So that's 2, 4, 6, and then it was me. So anyway, my brother had his own car, so he was like, okay, I'm gonna just come later on. And so my other brother, he rode in the car with us. So we dropped him off and made him walk to the front of the movies. And so me and my mom were still in the car, and so she dropped me off at the front. And there I saw Zaytoven. So I was like, okay, not catfish, same as the pictures, as tall as he said, all that, you know, whatever. So I get out, and I had to introduce him to my mom and stuff. And I was like, hey mom, this is Zaytoven. He was like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? So I was like, okay. So anyway, we get to talking or whatever. And so here was the first red mark. Here was the first X. We get to the box office, and we went to go see The Visit. We were going to see The Visit. So we get to the box office, and I was like, so the guy was like, hi, how may I help you? And he goes, 1 ticket to see The Visit, please. Huh? Why you just get 1 ticket if we both going? So that was the first thing. I had to pay for my own ticket. So I was like, ugh. So that had me chopped, because I was like, look, you invited me to the movies and you're making me pay for my own ticket. So that was the first red mark. So then when we went into the movies, that's when all of my brothers came up to me like, hey, how y'all doing? He was like, I know. He was like, hey, what's up, Joy? I didn't know we was going to see you here. He said, who this? So I was like, this is Zaytoven. And Zaytoven was like,
Hey, what's up? What's up with you? What's up?
so they dapping each other up, like they bruh cuz and stuff. And so then my 2 girl cousins came up, and they was like, oh my god, I didn't know y'all was gonna be here too. What y'all gonna go see? So we was like, The Visit. And they was like, oh shit, we going too. So I'm looking like, okay, I hope he didn't catch on to the fact that I brought my whole family just to make sure that you was not a rapist. Like, my whole family had to come just in case. Wait, I feel like this story is getting long-winded, but now that I'm remembering, it was so much that happened. So fast forward, we get into the movies right now. He had already seen The Visit, but he was like, all right, we'll go and we'll see it again, because I think at that time, like, it really wasn't nothing else like out that looked interesting, whatever. So we get to the movies, and we're watching the movie. I'm kind of scared, because I'm a little scary, but he was like, he kept saying like, nothing finna happen, or watch this. So he kept telling me kind of what's going on. So like, next thing I know, I feel something like creep on my hand, and I was like, boy, what are you doing? So he like kind of grabs my hand, so my hand is still out like this, while his is like, so I'm like this, and he's grabbing onto my hand. So he was like,
don't be scared, just grab my hand.
I'm trying to do the accent, but I'm not really good at the accent. But anyway, so he's like, just grab my hand. So I was like, okay. So I'm holding his hand or whatever, and like my hand is getting kind of sweaty because I'm nervous or whatever. Not nervous because like, oh, this is my first date, but nervous is like, I'm really not a touchy-feely person. So that was really weird for me. And then he goes in for the kill, guys.
In for the kill.
I said, oh my god. So he's, and my brothers and my cousins is looking back like
What's she finna do? What's she finna do?
So I'm kind of like, and then boom, it happened. So then he was like, why you kiss like that? And I was like, was that my first kiss? No, it was not my first kiss. But I was like, I don't really know you all too well. So then, anyway, now he got all comfortable on me and stuff, and it got weird as fuck. So then, like, when the movie was over, I must have got up out that seat and went out to the aisle, and I was like, all right, you ready or whatever? So next thing I know, my mom picks me and him up, and gives him a ride home. Now, we was standing outside for some time, me, my brother, and my cousins. We was standing outside just kind of chilling, waiting on my mom. And my cousins was waiting on their ride too. So anyway, we give him a ride home. And I walk him to the door or whatever. He said, he kind of like wrapped his arm around me, and he was like,
so this mean you mom, right?
and I was like,
What's your name again?
he was like,
Girl, I'm Zayto.
I said,
Yeah, that didn't sound like Odell Beckham to me. Bye!
Give me all of you in exchange for me. So give me all of you in exchange for me. So give me all of you in exchange for me. So give me all of you in exchange for me. It's what happens when I think about you. It's what happens when I think about you. Oh, it's what happens when I think about you. It's what happens when I think about you. Give me all of you in exchange for me. Give me all of you, give me all of you. Give me all of you in exchange for me. Give me all of you, give me all of you. So give me all of you in exchange for me. So give me all of you